What's going on, guys? Russell Boble. I've got Meg and Zach.
I'm Meg. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina, assistant sports conditioning coach at Reality Workouts Weightlifting in a little suburb called Garner. I enjoy competitive weightlifting myself, and I'm still relatively new to Olympic lifting with respect to a lot of the other really great coaches out there.
Zach Schleyer, CrossFit coach at Dragonfly CrossFit out in Holly Springs, North Carolina. A little bit of background in powerlifting, passions mostly in strength and conditioning, but CrossFit's kind of the avenue to turn people onto that. Most of my clients are pretty much brand new. There's a small spectrum. Some people, it's their first time ever touching a barbell, so we work through what CrossFit likes to call like a foundations class or an on-ramp type of thing. Pretty basic stuff, teaching basic lifts. But then there's other people who are really strong. I work with a couple guys, one specifically who played Division I college ball, another guy who's been a triathlete for 15 years, people like that. So especially in the CrossFit world, my gym specifically, there's a big spectrum of people we work with.
In the personal training section, we don't even always incorporate a barbell. A lot of times it's a lot of body weight movements, plyometrics, dumbbells, just things to get people moving properly. Yeah, exactly. In terms of the sports conditioning, a lot of times these are guys that have been in a weight room their entire life. Some rugby players, football, and then right now we're just venturing into Little League Baseball, which is really fun.
Nice.
Yeah, getting the kids while they're young and flexible and they can really move the weights correctly.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
We kind of recommend, most of the people we coach are really new to fitness in general. So, it might be their first experience or maybe only their second experience working out in the gym. So we're really just trying to get them away from processed foods. That's really the biggest step for beginners. Just educating them on what's actually in the food they're eating, trying to get them away from processed foods, transitioning to whole food. And then from there, as they start learning more, then we start getting into just starting getting them to track, not even really hitting a certain goal every day.
Yeah, when you start paying attention to what you're putting in your body, a lot of times you hold yourself more accountable just because you go to write down that you ate 4 brownies and you're like, do I really want to eat 4 brownies? Once you're writing it down, it looks a little... I've eaten a donut and a Pop-Tart today, just for the record, so I don't want to sit here and say brownies are all bad.
How do you keep people excited, people that are fresh into it?
That's actually been something I've struggled with a lot at my gym because some of them are so new, and my background with lifting, I've always been so passionate, and I've always just wanted to get strong, no matter what the goal or what the consequence. Just whatever it takes to get strong. Yeah. That's what I want to do. But these people are so new. With most people, it's finding their motivation.
Yeah.
Whether I just got a couple new clients. They're middle-aged, both overweight. It's a couple, and I asked them why they were coming into CrossFit. Why are they starting working out now? And they said they've got a daughter who's severely overweight and pre-diabetic, and she's only 10 years old. So they want to set a good example for her. So the thing is just finding what motivates people and playing on that motivation. But sometimes it's hard. Some people don't tell you, don't voice that motivation. Other people, they just aren't motivated.
I've definitely run into where I come on a little too strong, I love it so much, and then, there's people that have phantom injuries or they just don't follow their program, but they say they want it, but then they don't follow through, and, I rack my brain, why don't they want it, why don't they see, and then I remember that, weightlifting isn't everybody's life.
Some people have to kind of grow into that, too.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing, so it's, more on what Zach said, you just find what motivates someone. For me, a lot of times it's just athletes, so it's do you want to get better blocking? Do you want to be more explosive on the field as a flanker? Do you, do you want to be more secure in your pitches? So.
Yeah, it seems like every morning there's people come in that are complaining about the gym, gotta come in today. And for me, it's my favorite part of the day. So I'm what are you bummed about? But you kind of have to remember that not everyone kind of have to put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah, I think social media plays a big part in it too. If you can find somebody with a common interest that uses weightlifting in some form towards that same interest as your client or friend or whoever you're trying to kind of get on it with you. If they're following them on Instagram or Facebook or watching YouTube videos, I know a lot of times that lights a spark, because that was the big thing for me was when I first started. sent me a video by Cal Strength, said you lift like a girl.
Yeah.
Cecily Vasquez, Nicole Lim. I mean, just some great lifters, and I saw that and was like, I want to be that.
What's some of the biggest mistakes you see? Especially beginners, but just in general.
Yeah, the biggest issue is mobility. People are sitting at a desk all day.
Yeah, hunched over.
Yeah, hunched over at their desk. Their shoulders are forward. Their psoas, their hip flexors are really tight. They can't even squat. A lot of people don't realize that they have ankle issues. They can't squat because their ankles, and they're spending all their time working on their back or something, or their hips.
Or their knee. I think they have a bad knee.
Yeah, people think they have a bad knee, but it turns. And I had an issue with this. I thought, I had a bum right knee. I've had some injuries in the past, but it turns out I just needed to work on my ankle, and it just kind of was glaring in my face one day. Oh my God, it was my ankle the whole time. But that's really the biggest thing is mobility. Everybody's stuck at a desk, but it's a really simple solution. For a while before I started coaching, I was working in an office. So I was working a desk job for about 1.5 years, and about like 6 months in, I realized like sitting all day was really messing up my lower back. So I just made myself a stand-up desk.
Oh, there you go.
And I made it out of like made a stack of books and put my computer on top of books. Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but it worked. And you don't have to go to that extreme. You just get up every 30 or 40 minutes, go grab some water, walk around, maybe do a couple air squats. It might look ridiculous, but if you're serious about your health and your longevity, I think that's what you have to start doing.
It was like the take. Are you like in it? I feel like you're not even in the frame.
I feel like I'm